Kangaroos may not have been introduced to the wider world until a few centuries ago, but these macropods have a much longer history, one that stretches over millions of years. Researchers believe ancient South American marsupials made their way to Australia via Antarctica more than 80 million years ago, when the continents were all connected, making up the supercontinent of Gondwana. Today, marsupials are found all over the globe, but nowhere can compete with the diversity seen in Australia. A lack of predators seems to explain the marsupial boom enjoyed in the Great Southern Land. Fast forward to 30 million years ago, and early kangaroos finally made an appearance. Known as short-faced kangaroos, these ancient creatures were triple the size of the largest macropods seen today. As time passed and conditions changed, so did the roos. Fossil evidence shows changes in the shape of their teeth and skulls, drier conditions forcing them from a diet of soft forest leaves to tougher foliage and grasses. The anatomy of their feet changed as well, causing them to gradually swap their upright walking gait to a hop. By gradually remodeling their ankle design, kangaroos were able to actually take a great evolutionary leap forward. The trend of bounding along took another 15 million years to take hold. While short-faced kangaroos and modern species lived alongside one another, the giants disappeared about 30,000 years ago, leaving their smaller counterparts to continue the family line. Today, the closest relatives to kangaroos are their fellow marsupials, such as koalas, possums, and wombats. They are all diprotodonts, meaning two front teeth. This family trait comes in handy at mealtimes. A pair of large incisors jutting out from their lower jaw help slice through vegetation. From South America to the Great Southern Land, kangaroos have truly come a long way. Some members of the animal kingdom choose to go it alone, but not the kangaroo. They are highly social creatures. Depending on the species, a mob can range from just a few roos to 20 or so. When food is abundant, mob numbers can swell into the hundreds, even thousands. With eastern greys, a mob is comprised of females and their young, plus a few mature males. Only the alpha male, the boomer, has breeding rights. As females are able to produce year-round, the boomer is kept busy, watching over the does to see if they are in season, and keeping the other males in the mob at bay, asserting his dominance and rising to any challenge. Should any of them dare to test the boomer, he has a few ways to keep them in their place. His first power play can be to stand upright and intimidate through sheer size. Alphas sometimes pull at clumps of grass or rub their chest on the ground, perhaps spreading their scent as a warning. And, when all else fails, a fight will erupt between the rivals. These are usually short affairs, with the two competitors locking their arms together, then pushing and kicking until one is knocked down or surrenders. Nose touching and sniffing is a common form of greeting between males and females. Smell cues are absorbed, their subtle messages clearly understood. Joeys and their mothers often share tender moments. Babies nuzzling at their mother's pouch. Not always for a drink, sometimes purely for reassurance. Until they are truly confident in the outside world, Joeys will often escape into the warm, familiar confines of their pouch. Like many young animals, Joeys can't resist a good play fight, tussling amongst themselves, and sometimes the cheekier ones take on their mums. As a family, marsupials stand apart from other mammals, thanks to the way the females raise their young, inside a pouch. Marsupials come into the world after short pregnancies. In kangaroos, the average gestation period is about a month. Inside the pouch, the joey latches on to one of the 4 teats on offer, fueling its ongoing development with the doe's milk. Starting out at roughly the size of a jelly bean, weighing just 1 gram, the joey quickly grows, the fat content of the mother's milk increasing to match the rising energy requirements of the developing youngster. Eastern grey joeys start to take short excursions from their furry bedrooms at the 9-month mark. Eight weeks later, they're out for good, but continue to enjoy a suckle. Some do attempt to move back home, but a pouch can only stretch so far. By the time an Eastern Grey is 18 months old, it is weaned and fully independent. In comparison, red joeys emerge from the pouch when they're 8 months old. These youngsters then stay at foot, nursing from their mother for another 3 or 4 months. Tree kangaroos keep their joeys close for the longest period, giving them time to develop and find their feet before a life in the canopy. Food-wise, joeys can sample their first solids while in the pouch. As their mother grazes, they can lean out and taste test any shoots they can reach. As for the furry front door that is the pouch, the key is held by the doe. By squeezing or relaxing muscles at the entry, she is in control of her joey's movements in and out. Should the need arise for a fast getaway, the joey is kept safely inside thanks to this strong pouch muscle. When conditions are good, kangaroos can breed year-round, with summer often seeing a peak in births. Females can also have 3 youngsters at the same time, one out of the pouch, another developing inside, with a 3rd embryo in a special pause mode in the womb, where it waits until the pouch is vacated. The multitasking doesn't stop there. While this is happening, she is also manufacturing 2 types of milk, one suitable for the newborn and another mixture perfect for the older siblings' needs. Young female kangaroos tend to reach sexual maturity earlier than males. Red does only need to be 18 months to 2 years of age to start raising their own joeys, while the males have to wait at least another year before they can start to try. In reality, red bucks aren't really up to the challenge until they're 7. While young kangaroos are often seen play fighting against their siblings with their paws, as the boys develop, things get serious. Their paws aren't the only appendage that can pack a punch. Their namesake long feet and large toes can deliver some powerful kicks. All this is preparation for that time in the future when a roo can challenge for alpha status and the ability to pass their strong, healthy genes onto the next generation. Fully grown roos have few native enemies. Dingoes are opportunistic hunters and will take joeys or smaller roos given a chance. The size of an adult and the size of the mob is usually deterrent enough against them. Eagles might take an unlucky joey caught outside its mother's pouch. Life expectancy of an eastern grey kangaroo is estimated at 6 to 10 years. Comparatively, reds can enjoy lifespans of 20 years or longer. In the macropod world, longevity does not discriminate when it comes to size. For instance, pint-sized quokkas can enjoy life to the full for up to a decade. Kangaroos are not